Hi everyone, this is Shailja here and welcome to my channel. I'm able to shoot this video because Rayaan is with his nanny mama right now. I hope he stays calm for some time so that I could complete this video. So let's get started. A couple of weeks ago, I posted a video in which I and Rayaan have come back from Sydney to India, and it was a really long flight, 13 hours flight, and I had to do a lot of preparation to make him calm and happy in the plane. And today I'm sharing with you all those tips that I implemented myself, and I hope those will be useful for you as well. The very first tip, which is very important, is that you should book your flight according to your baby's sleep schedule. In my case, I did not have any other option, so I booked the flight from 9:45 a.m. till 11:30 p.m. Australian time, and that was mostly his wake up time. So I had to do a lot of thorough preparation to keep him as comfortable as I could in the plane, and also keep him busy so that he felt happy and enjoy his ride as well. Tip number 2 is to book a bassinet in advance. Most of the airlines, they provide bassinet seats for infants, but the problem with bassinet seats is that these are very few in number. In my case, I traveled with Air India and it just had 3 bassinet seats in the whole plane. So when we booked our ticket, we booked the bassinet seat in advance as well, so that Rayaan had his own space to lie down and take a rest when he is very fussy. And I think this helped really a lot. There were many babies in the plane that were looking for bassinet seats, but their mothers had to either adjust them in their laps or had to take a spare seat and a single middle seat empty between the two seats so that they could lie down and take some rest. So my suggestion to you is book a bassinet seat in advance so that your baby may feel as comfortable as he could during the whole flight. Especially if it is a very long flight, you should really go for a bassinet seat. Now tip number 3. Most airlines provide baby beddings and blankets, but my suggestion is you should also carry your baby's own blanket and his own bedding as well, because I think that the items that the airlines provide, they're not very hygienic. So I always prefer to carry Rayaan's own bedding. I mean, if I'm not carrying his mattress, I would still prefer to carry his own sheet, so that if I get a mattress from the airline, I just cover it up with his own sheet and then put a blanket over him, because the temperature in the airline is very cold. So I prefer to keep him safe from that cold temperature. Tip number 4, which is also a very important tip, and I think that it has helped me a lot. And this tip is to invest in a good baby carrier. If you are traveling alone, there will be a lot of time when you need to calm down your baby and walk up and down in the plane. So if you have a good baby carrier, it will put less stress on your shoulders and you would be easily be able to carry your baby. And I think a good baby carrier is a must. It will save your energy and make you less tired. And also, if your baby is new to the carrier, I would suggest you start using it a couple of weeks ago so that your baby get used to it. That ways you would save a lot of energy and keep yourself relaxing during the whole flight. Tip number 5. Most of the airlines allow you to carry check-in luggage for the babies as well. Air India allows 10 kg of the luggage, and in addition to that, you can also carry a fully foldable pram. You can either put it in a bag and get it checked in, or you can also carry it in the plane as well. So make sure that you check with your airline how much luggage is allowed for the baby. Now tip number 6. If your flight is during the daytime, make sure that you take proper rest. And also, if it is in the early hours of the morning, go to the bed early and have a sound sleep. This will keep you energized the whole day and give you all the stamina that you need to carry your baby. So go for a good night's sleep before you board the flight. If your flight is during the early hours of the morning, make your baby ready during the night before, and this will save you a lot of time during the morning, and also it will help you to reach the airport on time. Also ensure that you dress your baby in very comfortable clothes that are easy for diaper change, and this will also keep your baby calm and happy during most of the flight. Tip number 8, and this is to keep your cabin bag as light as possible. If you're traveling alone, you would not want to increase your hassle by carrying more than what you can easily carry. So only carry the important stuff with you in the cabin and make sure that it is as less as possible, because you do not know how much you'll have to drag it and how your baby will be behaving during the flight and also during the landing and boarding. So be ready to pay more attention to your baby rather than your luggage. Tip number 9 is that be mentally prepared to have your security check done, because the security personnel, he'll ask you to unbuckle everything, even the baby carrier, and get its security check done. I did not know about it, so it was a sort of a put off for me. Though during the security check, I was asked to follow a separate queue, which was a lot shorter than the general queue. But still, even the idea of unbuckling and buckling him again was very distressing, because I was traveling alone. I had to take the help of another guard to put him back in the carrier. So make sure that you are mentally prepared for this. Tip number 10 is, irrespective of the flight, if it's long or short, always carry your baby's favorite toys with you. This will keep him occupied and happy throughout the flight. Tip number 11. It is to carry a pacifier and a pacifier clip. If you are going through a long flight, I would suggest carrying 2 to 3 sterilized pacifiers. Pacifiers are not only good for the babies but for parents as well. When the baby is not hungry but still crying, the pacifier can calm him down and help him sleep. So ensure that you're carrying a good pacifier, a good brand's pacifier in fact, and it is sterilized as well. For long flights, carry multiple pacifiers. Tip number 12. This is also very important. So when you're packing your cabin bag, keep a separate bag for diapers, nappy rash cream and wipes, and always keep this bag handy. So when you board the flight, take out this bag and keep it with you. If you have a middle seat empty, put this bag over there. And also make sure that you are carrying good 8 to 10 diapers. But it again depends on the flight. If you are going for a long flight, go for 8 to 10 diapers. If it is a short flight, go for 4 to 5 diapers. And also depending on your baby's daily schedule of pooping and weeing, you should carry the number of diapers with you. Tip number 13 is to carry extra clothes for your baby. Your baby might spit up and there might be poor wee leakages, so you should be prepared to change his clothes. Keep an extra clean top for yourself as well, because he might spit up on you as well. Now tip number 14 is also very important, and this is to carry your own food for yourself. And this food should be packed with energy. In my case, I took high energy bars and some dried nuts with me, because I knew that I was going to travel a very long flight and Rayaan might not be allowing me to have my food during the flight scheduled meal hours. So what I did was I skipped those meal hours sometime and I had those dried nuts and energy bars, and that really helped me a lot. It kept me energized during the whole flight and also gave me the strength to carry him and soothe him. Tip number 15. This is for those who have already started solids for their babies or whose babies are formula fed. So if that is the case, ensure that you have separate containers for your baby's food and also some sterilized bottles. Though the flight attendants, they help you keep the bottles clean, but those bottles are not fully sterilized. They'll just put hot water in the bottles and clean them up. But it's always a good idea to carry with you good sterilized bottles, so that whenever your baby is hungry, you should put your food in those bottles, mainly the formula. Tip number 16. This is also an important tip. Actually, most of the tips that I'm sharing with you are important only because I think that they have helped me a lot. And this tip is for those who are breastfeeding their babies. So if you're breastfeeding, keep a nursing cloth handy at all the time. Firstly, because you do not know when you're going to need it, and secondly, you do not want the fellow passengers staring at you while you're catering to your baby's need. So keep a good nursing cloth handy with you all the time. Tip number 17. This is again for breastfeeding mothers. And if you're breastfeeding, feed your baby more regularly during the flight. Firstly, because it will save your baby from dehydration, and secondly, it will keep him calm. In my case, I fed him like around every hour or so, and he was so satisfied with it, and he did not have any sign of dehydration at all throughout the flight and even after that. Tip number 18, and this is to try to make your baby as comfortable in the flight as you can. And how you can do this? You can do this by spending more time with your baby, by playing with your baby, by making him feel that this is just any other ordinary day where you are playing, you are talking to him, you are making him giggle. And also, if you can, be ready with some surprise games for him, because this will engage him a lot more and keep him happy and comfortable during the flight. Tip number 19 is to make friends with fellow passengers. If you're traveling alone, those people might prove to be the best people in the whole world during the traveling hours. In my case, my co-passengers were very helpful. They took care of Rayaan while I had to use restroom a couple of times. Tip number 20, and the last tip, is to drink less during your flight hours. If you're traveling short, like 2 to 3 hours flight, then drink less so that you do not have to use restroom that often. And for those who are traveling long hours, it is not a good idea to drink less because you might have to go through dehydration. But try to drink only what is required, because you might not get that many opportunities to use the restroom. And when you get an opportunity to use the restroom, do not miss on that. When your baby is sleeping, or if you have co-passengers as friends, then just let them carry the baby and use the restroom. So that was all that I had to share today. I hope these tips will be very helpful for you, especially if you are traveling alone. If you have any other tips that you think would be helpful, please share them in the comment section. And also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel as well. I'll soon see you again in my next video. Till then, take care and bye bye.